What's up, guys? So hopefully we'll get a bunch of you guys to be coming this area for the live. Just got to get people used to doing this for now. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing all my lives here. I'm just trying to introduce the channel a little bit. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. This is going to be the reaction Filipino reaction channel where we're going to do reaction to pretty much a lot of these Filipino bloggers, Philippine vloggers, and just a lot of Philippine content as well. But just mainly reactions. But of course, if you guys love the typical Rafi Tulfo stuff that we do, that's always going to be in the main channel. I'm just like I said, I'm just testing this out, doing the reactions here. I think that that's a pretty basic thing that we can kind of do. Let me go first. What I want to do is make sure that we don't have any stragglers on the other side, but a lot of you guys who are commenting here, you guys saw over there, and that's why you guys are here now, right? So, I kind of want to like do a reaction um to somebody who was a guest over at another channel, at the Philippine Antics channel. This gentleman, he's a new YouTuber, and that's great and all. But for me wise, I just want to kind of like I've had my eye on his commenting in the past. So it's kind of interesting to kind of like just discuss this a little bit. And of course, you know, we'll discuss a little bit about the Dramagate, Dramagete, whatever. We'll discuss a little bit about that stuff. We're gonna take a look at a few videos. A lot of these things are just linked up already. There's gonna be guys that's gonna be saying like, Michael, why are we even talking about this? Just let it be. For me, wise, it's interesting. It's fun to kind of talk about it. You put it out, let's discuss it. But at the very same time, is we can learn a lot from this. Like a lot of people can actually learn from what's happening at this very moment. Okay. So that's the good thing about this. And somebody made a comment earlier, and I made we went back and forth a little bit because I was enjoying myself. So if you guys saw the video that I put out like around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time PM, a lot of you guys have watched it already for some reason. It's actually picking up steam right now as we speak. And if you guys remember, one of his big hits to me was, "You look like you have Down syndrome." And of course, I'm like, trisomy 21, Down syndrome, at least know what you're talking about. But I want to show you guys what he made a comment on. I shared this in the Discord. So this guy, I said trisomy 21, which is, there's three, all right, three chromosomes on the 21st set of chromosomes, the pairing. There's three instead of two. Okay. That's what causes Down syndrome. So this guy says, whether or not you have polygamy 21, this guy is really stupid. Butkus. And these are the guys that are like defending this whole thing in Dramagete, stop talking about it, whining about it. And these are the guys that are coming to Dramagete. But I'm not going to just say it's just only Dramagete. That's false. It's people coming to the Philippines. Okay? My English grammar sucks. But if you're going to be a person that's, and I don't make fun of people in regards for their English and all that stuff, I'm not going to do that. But I don't make fun of grammar because I know that's my weakness. But if you're going to make fun of somebody, make sure your grammar and you have the knowledge for real. I'm just saying, you know. So it was a little funny to me. I mean, every now and then, like some people sometimes say, like, Michael, why are you feeding the trolls? Because sometimes it's just entertaining. All right, let's go see who's in here before we even get started, and we're gonna get started right away to the reaction. Okay, so as we slowly grow here, see here, who do we have? We We got Peter's in the house. Got you to move over here. Eric Sherman's in the house. Mike from our Philippines Journeys in the house as well. Tim Husk, what is up? ¿Qué pasó, Edgardo? Why Travels in the house? Can you imagine if all Filipinas look like these AI models? Hay nako. There's going to be some that's going to go close by to those girls, right? There's going to be some, you know? Yeah, listen. And because there's you guys know there's a reason for me using that in this live. There's a reason for it. We're going to discuss this a little bit, okay? We are going to discuss this a little bit. This must mean it's disgusting. What's up? Lee Pedro's in the house. Pablo Chicano. Dardos is checking in. Just Facts is here. Miyagi's in the house. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Your pancreas is itching like crazy. You know what you just reminded me, Percy? Is I need to watch Percy Jackson, the new series. I only watched the first episode. We got Smooth in the house, and we got Atiru Beat in the house. Awesome. So, okay, so let me just go ahead and put and Hoppus in the house. There we go. All right. So let's just jump into straight to the reaction right now. Okay. So this gentleman, okay, was a guest over at Philippine Antics, and I contacted them and I said, listen, I'm gonna use this. I asked for permission and everything. So, just want to make sure we put that out there. Let me go ahead and add this to the stage and let's listen to it.
And I didn't ask to be dragged into this. If you follow my YouTube channel, I've been since 2013 or something. I've been here 10 years, quietly just posting stuff for family and friends and that kind of stuff. And then when I came back to the Philippines, I thought, well, maybe I can add some content that would be helpful. And that's what I try to do. I try to offer things that are different. I just did one on the Aswang, the mythical beast of the Philippines. And
okay, let's pause it right there. So this guy's Philip Cartmel or whatever. And so he's saying that he's doing something different. I don't think so. Is it different? Or, he's also, he does a few extra stuff. You guys know that I've done other aspects of stuff that I keep it jumbled, right? But don't say that it's not, because when people go to your channel, they know that you're not keeping it different. Okay. And some of you guys are like, Michael, he's a new YouTuber. What are you doing? Michael, how do you know this guy? We're going to jump into this because, and what we're seeing in Dramagete, and you're going to see this everywhere. People are going to take sides. People are going to stay in the middle. People will be like, I don't care. People are going to be like, I just want the popcorn and just watch and see the drama happen and so forth. Okay. So this guy has a channel, and what he is, he's defending Dexter, right? He's defending Justin, and that's perfectly fine. It is okay. But don't all of a sudden try to say that you do things differently. Because just looking at some of these, Battle the Bloggers, Why Hate Tim K, Using the Filipina P, Be Careful What You Say to This Man, talking about, Mark, and so forth. You're not doing something different. You're doing the same exact stuff.
I talk about the different things that, the effects that the mythical culture has on the Roman Catholic Church, and trying to find different areas. And I've encouraged any blogger who's suffering for content and doesn't want to just talk about Philippine budgets and failures in the Philippines is to go and steal my stuff. I don't care. It's all content. It's all helping people. Other thing came up with Mike of his Philippine retirement. He's got a blogger. He said, if two Mexicans crossed the border into Texas and had a fight, what do you think Texans would be worried about it? This may not get nearly the attention of the Philippine police that everybody thinks it is. they've got more other things on their hands than a couple of expats who are fighting. So, but will probably drive it is that Mark's right in that Dexter does have means, and that's the root of his jealousy, because anybody who's more successful than Mark is a target. So Dexter has already spent, I know, 80,000 pesos on a lawyer, and he's proceeding to get all the documents from the hospital for his medical bills, and that'll all be entered into evidence.
Okay, so if it's not going to get traction, if it's not going to get traction from the local police, well, you're bringing a case through the prosecutor's office that is going to take traction. And at the very same time is, you know, a good example is look at what's happening in New York with a lot of the immigrants, illegals going over there, right? Even though that's happening, people are trying not to pay attention, but then all of a sudden some crime happens. Now we got our eyes on it. Now we're saying, "Oh, look at this." It's no difference. These foreign men, our fellow Americans, our fellow expats, if that's what you are already in the Philippines, you're just a bunch of immigrants. Okay? Some of them are illegal, but people are taking notice. And it's not about this, maybe this case doesn't, but we're starting to see stacks of problems happening in Dramagete, and people are going to start paying attention. This may not be the biggest thing ever, but this is just the beginning of the rolling of the whole thing. Each one is a piece of a domino that's going to fall. And eventually, people are just going to be sick of it. And we're seeing this continuously happening. What a lot of people is not understanding is eventually there's going to be true locals that's going to be like, binabastos nyo ang aming lugar. You're disrespecting our place, our city. And then you're going to have that turning point that exists. And people need to start paying attention to this. Okay? There's going to be a turning point, gentlemen and ladies, to what may happen. It's just another piece of this whole puzzle that will happen.
As will a copy of Mark's video, because he may take it down, but that's been entered, and also the original assault that and it was an assault. Don't even call it a fight. There was no fight other than Dexter trying to protect himself and save his life from this brutal attack.
No, they both stepped out. Right? Just because it's a one-sided fight, that doesn't mean it was not a fight. Just because somebody won the fight and outdid the other, that doesn't mean it was not a fight. But I get it. He's friends with them, so he has to do what he needs to do to side with the things. I totally understand. There's going to be the both sides. People are going to say, these guys are good. These guys are good. What are your links between each other? Okay. We're just to let you guys know, most of you guys, just like me, is watching this from the outside. And we're just watching the fish tank and see who's going to die. And I'm interested. Guys, this is like, forget the reality TV show Kardashians and so forth or whatever. This is my reality TV that I'm going to, kind of glue myself in, because that's the fun part of the whole thing. Okay. Second, guys. Go to the other channel. See, there are people. There's people stuck in the other channel. Okay, so we're just letting them know. Okay, let's continue on with this video.
Justin is his real target. He hates Justin with a passion. And he made a point to point out that Justin ran away like a little girl or something. In the video, Justin's right behind the guy between them, ready to step in, and he did step in at the last minute and stopped the permanent damage or potential death of his friend.
Potential death of his friend stopped it. Well, that's your friend. You're going to jump in. Isn't that the rule? How did you stop it? But there's videos, right? And this guy's going to claim that he seen some of the videos.
But yeah, he'll do anything and everything to try and drag Justin down. Who doesn't deserve it? And I'm sorry, but when you call anybody on my feed a fat loser or any kind of derogatory label like that, I'm sorry, you're gone. And to those who are sending me video or comments about Mark being gay, I could care less about his sexual orientation.
It's funny that now, here you are being like, you're not supposed to talk bad about people, this and that. But then at the very same time as you see him going to other channels doing that. Right? So this is a good example, okay, of him going to another channel. So we have a couple, we're going to put a little bit few stuff here. I'm like, so he made a comment over at Mogman because, at Mog's channel. He says Mogman and Omar should count themselves lucky if they stay alive long enough to defend a lawsuit. Leave the Philippines. You can be terminated for as little as $500 here. Instead, they push the issue of a man's past. Never press a waray, he says. These people aren't someone you mess with. My wife is from there, I know. So, isn't he, by going through making these videos, also pressing of other people's past? He's made several videos about men's past, especially about Mark. I'm not defending Mark, but he definitely is being a hypocrite at this very moment. He says, "Don't mess with the Waray." True, Waray people are warrior people. I understand it. It runs in their DNA. Okay, but not all of them are. But what really caught my eye with this guy. Now, this is, maybe he's joking around, right? Maybe he's joking around because look at this comment that he made. One time, my wife and I were having dinner in a restaurant when some troll started yelling pedophile. He says, "Hey, I'm 70 and she's 34. They almost ruined our 20th wedding anniversary." I don't know. Even if you think it's for fun, for jokes, for whatever, but for you to use a joke about child diddling, I'm suspicious about you as a person. And it's interesting, you can go back into history of this guy when he finally arrived, when he's been going to the Philippines, how old his kids are, his wife and everything like that. And here's the thing. One thing you do as a man when you're dealing with, especially in the Philippines and stuff like that, is you defend your wife's honor under the table. So this is what I'm just trying to say. There's just a bunch of disrespectful And both sides, disrespectful foreign men in the Philippines. Whether he's joking or he's not joking, that's interesting to me. He made this comment, say what you like about pedophiles, but they're not the ones speeding through school zones. You think that it's okay to joke about that? I have a decent sense of humor. But to joke around about child diddlers in Epstein Island, well, now what's interesting is then you look into the pattern, because then there's the accusations coming from the other side of the group between Stephen and Mark towards Dexter and his good friend Justin. Let's play this clip.
So really short.
Short, flat-chested.
Yeah.
He's describing, because Mark asked him to describe what type of women this Dexter guy that got punched several times by Mark likes. Let's listen to him.
Describe the perfect woman that he was looking for, Dexter.
Under 4'8".
So really short.
Short, flat-chested.
Yeah.
No curves.
Yeah.
And about 18.
Yeah. And he since we know for a fact it was a 17-year-old girl, right?
And he slept with a 17-year-old, supposedly. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But she was at his house for a week, and they were alone in the house for a week. She also has some friends over there. I know he's been with an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old.
He likes teenage girls, this Dexter guy, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
And he also likes to splash cash around, and like you've heard of things where he's given expensive gifts to these girls.
Oh yeah, he gives everybody an iPhone,
yeah.
And he also buys them motorcycles.
Buying motorcycles for girls.
Scooters, let's say.
Scooters, yeah. How many scooters has he given away? 2 or 3?
Just from what I've seen in his garage, I could say probably 3 or 4.
They gave the girls?
Yeah.
And we know he gave iPhones because we know people that got the iPhones.
Right.
Giving away.
People bringing iPhones over to him, giving them to him.
And so this is Justin's really good friend, and Justin's accusing you and Charlie of having a contractual relationship, which he thinks is terrible, sinful, but he's fine being with Dexter, who's giving girls money. He's got girls he's paying money to, doesn't he?
Right. There was one girl that actually said in front of her friend, and I believe she was there too. Charlene was there too. I wasn't there, so I can't say if she was there or not. Yeah. But that one of the girls that was 19, he ended up giving her 50,000 pesos.
Wow.
Just to hang out with him. And she lived with him for a couple of weeks, and he threw her out. Then he got her back, and then a week later he threw her back out again.
Yeah. The girls coming and going with Dexter, all of them very, very young. And,
not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah, most of them are very young. He just likes girls that look really young, and they're young, even look younger than they really are. Describe.
Okay. So I'm not here trying to be like, this Dexter guy is like that. This is a he said, she said moment. This is me watching from the outside, looking to the inside, paying attention to both sides. But for some reason, Philip Cartmel likes to talk about pedo stuff and is kind of jokes around about it. But then is hanging out with a guy who's allegedly likes to be with teenage girls. So if one guy, here's the thing, let's think about this. Let's not associate stuff, but just look at the critical thinking skills that happens here. A guy is freely talking about diddling stuff, that it's okay. Even if it's just joking around, you don't really joke around about that stuff. That's not something you joke about. But he is. And he's defending a guy who is allegedly known of sharing what type of women he likes. The description: under 5 foot tall, no boobs, young. I wonder why you're defending them. It just makes me curious. It just gives you kind of this thinking of like, I need, this is something to look into. We're not putting charges in there. We're not accusing people or anything like that. But it makes you, when you investigate something, you want to look in a little bit further. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, who's this Dexter guy? Now, I've had several people send me certain things. This is the Dexter guy. I said, I need to see something, but fine, I'll play something. Some of you guys can tell me if you guys are more into this thing. Is this the guy, the Dexter guy that invested? I'm not sure. Okay. This is in a video of someone. But the thing though is it doesn't fit the description of what was being said if this was the guy, because that's what I said. It doesn't fit the description because they said this guy's handicapped. So I don't know what's going on. But let's go ahead and play this video right here.
Oh, the pontoons are built and everything. We're going to go with this style pontoon again, and it's going to be filled full of foam.
This video was posted 4 weeks ago. So I'm like, maybe something happened within the past 4 weeks that I don't know about. Maybe.
So we don't have to worry about it getting water trapped inside and getting waterlogged or anything else. And they're measuring it up right now. What we're going to do is we're going to replace the 3.
So is this a Dexter guy? Because there's 2 guys saying this is the Dexter guy. People have shared other videos and other pictures, but they're saying this is the same person. I don't know. But if this is the person, where is the smoking gun that he is handicapped, that he is disabled, other than the fact that he is just upper in age? But Mark is old as well, in the older range, above 60. This guy is over 60. Okay, it's an equal match. It's just that one person got hit first. And this guy is like really is such a hypocrite because he says, I don't, it's not right that they do that, to my channel or do that, whatever. But he's going to other channels and doing this. This is the revolving door of these type of vloggers in the Philippines right now. It just is. You guys are seeing it. You guys are watching it. So let's go back to the video, the interview.
That's just the limits of the name calling. It just shows the IQ level we're dealing with, but that's part of it.
Oh, so if you start name calling and saying certain things like this guy does also, so that means it's related to the IQ. So then would you then say that his IQ is low also? Because apparently he did come to my channel as well. So when I was going into the British expat, he says here, why do you delve into this shit? Clickbait? Question mark. Subs? Question mark. Dollars? Question mark. Grow up and get some help. Interesting. But yet we have Why Hate Tim K, Battle of the Bloggers, made several videos about Mark Thornton, had the What Happened to the Filipina P, can't even spell Filipina correctly. What a Loser Looks Like. What's that again? Why do you delve into this shit? It's like, my question, Philip, is then why don't you go ahead and admit it? Ask yourself these same questions in your videos right now. It's funny, such a hypocrite type of people. You guys know, and I said this from the beginning, I'm doing this because I'm enjoying this moment. I'm watching from the outside. I will tell you that automatically. But this guy is playing this game of like those guys over there, not me. I don't do this. And the worst part about it is there's a bunch of men who watch this guy over at Philippine Antics, who's watching his videos, learning about this stuff, and they're like, because they don't know any better how to investigate, how to look into certain things. They don't know any better. They go by their feelings rather than going into things and paying more attention for stuff. And I get it, right? There's going to be some people that'll be like, they don't know it, they didn't see it, they don't go to other channels, they don't go to other comment sections, they didn't have any experience with him yet. So the first video they see, I trust him. I understand that. And then there's going to be people who know what's going on, that's showing that seeing these information, and then those guys are going to be upset at the ones who like this guy or who likes other guys because they don't see what they see. And this is the part that we have to have an empathy towards other people, understand that maybe the thing that needs to happen is educating people and allow you guys to kind of create your own idea of things. This guy's the next moving vlogger up. This guy, because he says he has the information, this guy says that he's seen the video of the whole fight. This guy's claiming all these things. He has the right to. If he did, good for him. So this guy's the next. This guy is going to be the next one coming up in the whole Dramagete Epstein case. And apparently, it's okay to joke around pedo stuff.
A lot of that here.
Men, we're supposed to have boundaries. Women are supposed to feel safe around us. How safe does Jen feel about being around a husband who batters other people? And
women are supposed to be safe around you, but you're literally putting up these information about your wife. Really? Women are supposed to feel safe around you. This guy claimed that he almost murdered 2 people in his past. Interesting to me. Because if you were close to murdering 2 people, there's some problems in your brain a little bit, not unless you got paid to do that, to be in the military and all those kind of things.
what's her real situation? I would be very concerned about it.
Wouldn't you be concerned also about this guy's wife because he admits that he almost murdered 2 people? But it's okay to say, not in my house, look in the others. Isn't that the most easiest thing to do? You want to clean other people's houses, yet you can't clean yours yet.
His wife right now in the baby
behind closed doors.
Because it's been proven scientifically, Jordan Peterson's a proponent of this, that when a man witnesses the birth of his baby, the whole level of his testosterone changes. It changes his mentality, and maybe he'll calm down. I don't know. But yeah, I have 7 children, right? And I was a scrapper and a fighter and a box and all the rest of it. And I've been open about this. I almost killed 2 people in my lifetime. Thank God it never happened. But you realize how fragile life is, and you don't do stupid crap like that. Once you're age of majority, 21 or 18 or wherever you are, it's time to grow up and put the schoolboy crap aside. But
yeah.
So this is just my thing right here, right? And I just want to put it out there. This is what's going on. Like, listen, like I said, we're just wonderfully watching this with our popcorn. All right. Maybe jump into this journey with me a little bit here. Okay. Because you guys know for a fact I look at both sides and I'm trying to piece everything up. I'm not on the side of this guy named Justin. Okay. I'm not in, pretty much in Charlene or Steven's side. I'm not in Mark's or Justin's side. I'm not into this Dexter side. If this is the true Dexter that they're talking about, I could care less. But there's a lot of, inconsistencies coming from both ends. But then let's move on to like a little bit of the next subject, because there's a lot of guys who are just like, they were when I made the video about, the first video about all this, right? A lot of guys were saying that, Michael, I don't agree with you. She's not a prostitute. I wouldn't want my wife working. I get it if it's your wife. She's not his wife. She wasn't even his girlfriend. Like, this is where guys just like, some of these guys get so emotional easily. Right? So let's just go ahead and look at a few of these comments just for fun of it right now, okay? So this guy made a comment. He goes, this has morphed from two guys getting into a fist fight into assassinating the characters of bystanders. A woman has the right to decide whether to get into a relationship with a guy or not. She can also decide what the nature of the relationship will be. I do not believe that it is a business of anyone else. I agree to that. But each side is putting the information out. How did Justin know about the $170 payment? How did Justin know about all these other things? How do you find that out? Easily. There's Mark and there's Steve. Which one of them talked to Justin? Let's use our critical thinking skills. Mark is good friends with Justin until they had the little breakup. So who told the information about what is Steve doing? The higher likelihood is Mark told Justin. These guys are like straight up mariteses. It's like the Filipina chismis bamboo telegraph has literally absorbed in them, and now they're doing it. This guy says, we older white guys can be too quick to judge others in their cultural environment. If we are quick to label a woman as a prostitute if she accepts financial support for herself and her family from her significant other, then I suppose her approving parents could be labeled as pimps. Enough already, he says. Leave these people alone. Talking to me. And I said, oh, I stated it. I did say it. I said her parents are what? I said her parents are pimps. They pimped her out. And so this guy responds to me and he says, gee, I wonder what other cultural judgments we can make on the Philippine people, if they would only do things the way we do things back where I'm from. Pimping's been going on in the Philippines for so long, sir. This is not an American cultural thing. The pimp game in the Philippines is strong. That's why they have a term, bugao. Bugao. He goes here, people love to be judged, of course. We are only doing it to help them be more civilized. Let's go to the next slide of this wonderful thing. Because I just want to show you guys how some of these guys have slow mindset and slow thinking, right? Because this is what we're seeing, and they're normalizing it. And so I say, oh, I'm not generalizing Filipino people. I'm making a statement on the parents and the girl. See, this guy all of a sudden had this thing in his feelings that now I'm talking about all the Filipino people. I didn't do that. I'm not generalizing the people. I'm saying this girl's a prostitute and her parents are pimps. And I said, that's a big difference. You're the one inferring that, and that's a you problem. He says, it seems that it is not a common practice. So I think that saying you are only identifying just one woman and her parents for judgment is dishonest. And now here comes this guy generalizing people. What did he say? It seems. You're assuming, sir. It's an assumption. It seems that it is not an uncommon practice. I said, how is it dishonest? Please logically explain, I told this guy, which he never responded no more. And no, it's not a common practice, because it is not a common practice. Parents don't pimp out their children. As in a general sense that is a common practice in the Philippines. But one thing that we do know, and we're starting to maybe see, that for some reason, maybe it's a little bit more common in Club Ground Zero. And it's funny that the name of this place is Ground Zero, because it sure is ground zero for a lot of these workings to be happening. So I said, who is worse? The one that makes a judgment based on facts on one Filipina and her family, or the one that thinks it's a common practice among the people of the Philippines, pretty much? Please explain. So for some reason, we're starting to see this occur where people think that it is normal. They're normalizing things, just like as they're normalizing how Filipinas are in their area, what they see, that's a normal thing. That's what people are sharing. And it's just crazy how it kind of works out, or how it's starting to turn into. So, let's go to another comment right here, because this is what we're seeing. He says, so a guy says to me, I like Mike, but I disagree with the pay for play label applied to Steven. From what I heard, what did I miss? When I was in my late 20s in the 1990s, I made 4 times my then wife's salary. And everything went into our joint account. And all expenses were paid out of that one account. I had her work part-time so we could increase our quality time together. So, he says here. So, under Mike's definition, it would appear that I was in a pay-for-play relationship with my ex-wife. I had her restrict her work hours, and I contributed much more than half the money to the family enterprise. Does the above stated circumstances equal a pay-for-play relationship, Mike? In your estimation? Of course not. You were married to her, you dumb fuck. Like, how is that comparing to having a relationship last or keep on going, to move on, to have a meeting with 4 people to make a decision to say, before this relationship can move on, you have to accept this money and you have to quit your job, or else it's not going to work out because I'm here to have fun. Like, do you see how these guys are thinking? Mike says this because so I took care of my wife. I paid for half this and that. Like, these are literally how these guys are thinking. Like, I don't know, did freaking critical thinking skills skip a fucking generation? Look what happened to the old adage of that as you get older, you get wiser. Or the Dramagete literally attract all the idiots. And guess what? Not all people that go to Dramagete are fucking idiots. But are literally seeing that a majority of the dumb fuckery is happening in Dramagete. It's in ground zero. That's why it's funny that the name of that club or bar or restaurant is Ground Zero. Dramagete is ground zero for this. Like, girls go and travel to Angeles City, to go ahead and become bar girls. But for some reason, Dramagete attracts the freelancers, the opportunist women, the thirst traps, the hoes, the future prostitutes, the current prostitutes, the ones that's been passed around. Like, I get it. There's a need for guys sometimes to be like, I need to catch up for things that I missed, that I, my bad boy self, my bad boy life, and all those kind of things. And I get it. But let's get one thing straight. If you weren't the player back in the days when you were young, if you weren't truly the bad boy back in the days, you ain't gonna be it. You can't have this all of a sudden, I missed something in life and I want to be this. I want to be a player. I don't want to be a player no more. Like, I'm sorry. It is. It's fucking ground zero. Not to say that there's no guys in Angeles that are like this also. Of course there are. There's guys like this in Cavite. There's guys like this in Davao. There's guys like this in CDO. There's guys like this everywhere. But for some reason, the majority of them are in Dramagete. It's impossible to say that it's not. And they're all taking their sides. Right? It's Hunger Games, people. It's fucking Hunger Games. There's not a lot of Filipinas around there, and they're competing, and there's more of these guys coming. How many times do you guys see in a lot of these comment sections, I can't wait to move to Dramagete? That's what we're saying. Like, it's so obvious, right? And this is the fun part about this whole thing. And you have a bunch of men complaining that Filipinas are scamming them. That's because if a Filipina tells an old guy and say, you know what, give me this, give me iPhone, and and I'll be your girlfriend, right? I'll give you girlfriend experience. And then guys are whining that these girls are doing this. Don't fucking hate the player. Hate the game. It's not the female's fault. It's a bunch of tomfoolery coming from men who are freely giving it up. But most guys don't want to do that. Look what Mark said. It's normal for it to happen. This one guy in the comment, it's normal. It's a common practice. Are you telling me that, a woman shows you a titty and all of a sudden you're going to give the money? Why? Because you haven't seen a fucking titty in a while? I'm about to say something stupid right now. Oh, fuck it. I'll say something stupid. Do you guys know the secret of these Filipinas? It's a fucking hip-hop song. All right? The Philippines. Sikretong malupit. Kulay ng gulong, ang utong. All right? These girls are like, you go for these girls with the fucking black nipples. Filipinos make fun of them. Look it up. Sikretong malupit. Pwede magtanong. Hold on. It's a secretong malupit of the Philippines. I'm just trying to say, guys. Well, you know what? It's okay that they're not wanted. I'm glad that they're not they're the leftover Filipinos. We like them. You guys are not thinking about how mentality works, a lot of you guys. And listen, these girls have the right. They're like, we are the forgotten people. We are not the wanted by the locals that we really want to pack and marry. They don't want us. Oh my goodness, the foreigner, the savior. These girls we're not getting attention from locals. All right. A lot of these girls that the guys are going for, locals don't want them. Tricycle drivers just wants to fuck them. And here you come along, and there's 4 of you guys. Can I get a 150, 150, 150? Can I get a 70, 70, 70, 70, 170, 170? Is there going to be 180, 180, 180, 180? Is 190, 190, 190 a month? That's right, 190 a month, but you got to put $4,000 down. $4,000 down. Sold to Steven over there. And these girls are like, oh, if I got 170, I can go to the next guy over there and I can get 190. And then all of a sudden, you know, just because my pussy is used up already, it doesn't fucking matter. That one guy over there who's very desperate because he's a little bit older, 10 years older than the other guy that's paying me the 180, he's going to give me 250. I just have to give him a fucking hand job. And you guys are falling for it. And then you're going to fucking be in your deathbed dying and no Filipinas around you, thinking that just because you paid for shit that she's going to stick around. She's going to maximize her SMV. You started her off and made her into a, you know, when you literally introduce a woman that for whatever monetary given equals this, she's going to be a prostitute. It doesn't matter. If I give her this, she gives me this. The Filipina is saying, if he gives me money, I give her pussy. So guess what happens? That's her understanding. That's her growing up. Why do you guys think in the US we have those, you know, when you go to Miami and stuff like that, all these girls running around doing this thing? Because guys are doing that. And I get it. You got it for a low cost. But low cost does not mean you still got a good value. And guys are not learning this. And these fuckers are straight up just going to keep on doing this because that's what the easy route is. They don't want the hard route. They don't want, you know, and then they complain later on that these Filipinas are like this. Like I like it's sick and tiring hearing guys complaining about Filipinas using them and all this stuff. Motherfucker, blame your fellow men. Like I don't call men simps if they're in a true relationship. The woman's a good woman. She's of good value woman. All right. That's your wife. That's not fucking simping. Simping is when you give something for their attention because you truly could not get their attention. Seriously. Ay, Dios mijo. I swear. Oh my God. Oh my gulay. All right. So where's Hoppa's? I'm looking for your comment. I started your comment, Hoppa, is the last one I saw. But anyways, if I missed, if you have any questions or whatever, you know, just retype it again because there's a lot. You guys put a lot of comments here. Steve says, disclaimer, note, I am not the same Steve from the video. They are really trying real hard to label this guy a pedo. They sure are. That's what I'm saying. It's all allegedly stuff. But the people that surrounds him, if we we didn't really hear what he said. Somebody's saying about what this Dexter is saying, but he's being defended by somebody who's freely talks about being pedos as an okay thing, as a funny thing. Interesting, right? Is there any way all parties involved gets blacklisted? I think eventually it's going to be handled in the barangay, maybe. That's one thing. But to be honest, Dexter has a good case against Mark. The fun stuff that happens if they start tattletaling on each other, which then makes the prosecutor more interested in additional cases maybe later on. Because I was talking about this in my last live, the different cases that can come out from this, right? The investments that's happening, all those kind of stuff. Where's the taxes? Are the taxes being paid? I'm not sure. Let's say, for example, Mark's making his videos and stuff like that. You've been in the Philippines for a long time now, right? So technically, because you've been in the Philippines a long time, you have to be registered under the stuff. Is he paying taxes for that stuff? Then eventually, the other side's going to say, well, Mark here was raising money for a boat, for a cruise ship. The question then next is, he was, trying to promote that in the Philippines while he's in the Philippines. So money was coming in. Was that being reported now? Like, there's a lot of stuff that can come from this. And and then, eventually, you guys know how it is. If somebody wants to really have fun, let's say, for example, one of them is caught up. He's going to be like telling his lawyer, he goes, I know these other guys that are doing illegal stuff, that they got some prosties. This might be the case that breaks a pedophile ring in Dramagete. Because let's say, for example, both sides, let's say, just for the fun, Dexter, Justin, not, right? That Philip guy, not. Mark, not. Steve, not. They're none of those diddlers. But they know diddlers. They've heard stories. They've heard guys tell about it. Are you telling me they're not going to try to cut a deal? It's going to be funny as hell. All right. Edgardo, Dramagete is hell. It's purgatory. I think Mark is controlling the narrative. Yeah, he by that interview that he did for both of those, he controlled the narrative. Here's my thing. That guy was a cop for 29 years. He should have known how to use allegedly. I did, because he did try to say I didn't see that. But you're stating stuff. Like, if you're a cop, you should be like, bitch, shut up. Be like, I plead the Fifth Amendment, the right to shut the F up. But when emotions are involved in things, and you have somebody that can plug, because when you heard that interview, Mark was literally leading. Like, if that guy was a cop, Mark was leading the witness. He was putting the words. If you really paid attention to that thing, Mark was leading. Well, did you remember this happened? That's leading. He was implanting. Hey, Mitch. We saw the CCTV footage, the facts. Mark invited Dexter outside. Dexter, ETP expat trash. Oh, dude, I haven't seen you in a while. Well, dude, show the video. But, here's the thing. When you say step out, it's a fight. Doesn't matter. Like, if Philip was smart enough, he would have stayed inside. They both stepped out. That's the unfortunate part of it. If you've seen the video, share the video. We can talk about that. But other than that, it's a he said, she said still. Right? The Filipino looks like she doesn't want to be there. Oh, she wants to be there because she was swearing a little bit. Yeah, she was swearing it. Why are they talking about us? How do they know that stuff? That shit. That's what she said. Yeah, don't forget to like. And if you guys haven't yet subscribed to this channel, click the subscribe now, guys, because I'll be launching videos, my reaction videos here. We're gonna have fun with some reaction videos here. Atarubi says, are these expats planning to be on the spot with Bureau of Immigration in the Philippines with these videos and accusations? Exactly. Exactly. Steven is describing a Filipina that's the same age as my 16-year-old daughter. Sickening, right? As a matter of fact, guys, I found some news today. I was given some news today. You know, if if you're not into prayers, respect, moment of silence, just to think about person with positive thought, David Dolan, stuff like that. So, if you are into prayers, say prayers. If you just want to think positive thoughts, I don't want to share what happened to him in regards for certain things, but just keep them in your mind, your prayers for tonight, or send positive vibes, whatever it is. Okay. That's what I said. If there's a video, show it. Oh, I used to love geriatric fights. Because like in nursing homes back in the days, if they're close to each other and they're hitting each other, you can't touch them. I'm not shitting you guys. You have to like tell them, stop, sir, stop. Because when two old people are fighting, you can't break it up because if you might actually break a bone. So you let them at it and you just be like, catch them when they fall and do an assisted fall. So like there's sometimes, boy, and then these old guys at the nursing homes or the assisted living facilities and stuff like that, they be fighting for the girl. They're like, I'm gonna get them gummy blowjobs. It's more sane to avoid 90% of the expats in the Philippines. I mean, you have to be selective, right? Just like as you have to be selective with the type of women you surround yourself. I mean, like, look, do you know how this is no? A lot of you guys have heard me say this, right? A lot of you guys have heard me say this. Like, is it really the time where we make videos to help Filipinas? Be like, if the foreigner does this to you, you can file charges against, 147, 148, the 11313 law. Like, should we start teaching them this? There's this Filipina lawyer in Facebook and TikTok, and she's sharing all these stuff of like, what kind of charges you can put against your man. But obviously it's majority of the time about for Filipino man. But man, when Filipinas start learning about, the Bawal Bastos law, when Filipinas start learning about, how to use the VAUSI, because a lot of Filipinos don't know how VAUSI works, start teaching them that stuff. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. There's gonna be a lot of foreigners gonna be deported when they're like in their last years of their lives, when they go back to America, and that's it. No, I mean, I know several guys who are well off in Dramagete and stuff like that. Of course, it's going to be cheaper in Dramagete compared to other cities. Dramagete, of course, is going to be cheaper than Cebu, right? So Dramagete is definitely going to be cheaper than living in Angeles City. So it's just that. An old Canot video on the event told another story that this Dexter guy has money and Mark had Dexter's ATM card, and that, yeah, that's a he said, she said on that one. But that the story is that Dexter guy's got some money, right? John Weller says, anyone with a passport in the Philippines are gonna be watched and checked. This just don't fall back on these idiots. Ruin it for everyone. Yeah, but John, like for me wise, I'm Last year I was like, let the pigs get slaughtered. This year, fuck it, scorch earth. Like, here's the thing. Why, ruin for everyone? It's okay, right? You know what they say, right? Weak men, right? Weak men makes things harder. It makes harder times. Harder times create what? Stronger men. Stronger men create better times. Better times creates weak men. Fuck it. Let's break it. Let's make it go faster. Because the faster we can go through this, the faster people will learn, the faster things will be better for most people who are planning to come to the Philippines. There's already guys here who are in the Philippines. They already did their thing. They already found the right woman that they're supposed to be with. They've settled down and all those things. Fuck it. Let's fuck it up. So that for the guys who are not moving in for another 5 more years, maybe it's going to be a little bit better. Time to make some TikTok and teach some Filipinas how to do it right. How to do it right and get it tight. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to teach Filipinas what the freaking what the going rate is for a Filipina from Samar, a Filipina from Dramagete, a Filipina from this. Like, we might as well teach them. Like, yo, you guys want to know the budget? You want to know what these guys' budgets are? You know what to ask? You want to know what percentage their pension is? Swear to God, man, might as well just fucking make it go half better. How is a woman that big in the Philippines? She was skinny back in the days. People gain weight. Same thing about, like, why is a foreigner still big in the Philippines? In the Philippines, they should lose weight, right? Not gain. Just all depends on the person. That's actually a good one to have, being in the Philippines. What witnessing the birth of your child changes your testosterone, huh? There is, it's sometimes when, mental stuff actually does work as well and helps with the testosterone setup. But what's funny is, like, the way he stated is, like, it works with your testosterone to hopefully calm you down. Testosterone does not calm men down. It eases anxiety, but it doesn't change you and stuff like that. And so maybe he misheard Jordan Peterson. Mike Ross says, my wife is Chinese, but born and raised in the Philippines. Interesting. Why the new channel? Just like I said earlier on, I'm going to be doing, that's what's called Filipino reactions. We're doing reactions here. I'm going to make a lot of reaction videos in this channel. I'm going to be reacting to a lot of the Filipino vloggers that's out there. We're going to break down their videos. Yeah, it's going to be my fun. It's my fun channel, right? It's not monetized and stuff like that, so it's fun to just do. And then I'll still have the other channel. So the original channel is just there. This is just for reactions. So I'm just juicing up the algorithm a little bit, and then next week I'll be launching all these reaction videos here. Thank you, Hapa, for explaining. It's a little bit slow. Da-da-da-da. Can out gossip the artists in town. Apparently. Mike, no, she simped herself. Now, once again, there's an allegedly situation, right? And this was, and actually, even Steven mentioned it. Like, so Steven said when this video was done just last week, Steven said on April, so last year, okay, when him and Dexter were still buddies, okay, Dexter wanted to go speak to Justin so that Justin can hook him up with Charlene. Let me do it again. Hold on. Okay, so with Charlene, right? And Steven tells Dexter, well, from what I was told is that she wants to be with a guy that's 55 years of age. So this is April. All right. So maybe they started it. When was the thing to happen? So April. Let's say May. So let's say they start dating May to June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 8 months. Okay, and they're ready as we speak, engaged. So within 2 months, they probably of dating, they got together. Okay, they're engaged. So he's been paying for that $170 a month. Transactional prostitution. But it's more of like how would you say, self-promotion, freelancing. Their words, not mine. We call it pimping. Well, yeah, you can say, but see, reto mo ako. Like that's the thing that you say, right? So let's say you see this friend of yours, right? This guy, be like, and he's or a girl, and be like, and she has this beautiful friend over there, and you're like, yo, talk me up to her. When you say that, like, talk me up to your girl, like, uy, reto mo ako. That's what you tell him, like, ganda ng friend mo, reto mo ako. Right? So it's not just but so I guess, promotion. Promote me to your girl, your friend, right? Like, reto mo ako. Sige na. Sexy niya, oh. Reto mo ako. Sige na. So you can say, sige na. Please, come on. Reto mo ako. So some of you guys are learning. You tell the Filipina if she has a friend. If you see a Filipina that she's not what you want, but her friend is what you want, be like, go up like, excuse me. Can you reto me to your friend? She looks cute. Pump it up. Well, is she really business minded? If she only scored the $170 a month, she did get a $4,500 down payment, though. Apparently, her parents are not good either, man. Sweet Magic says, "Matagal na yung pimping. Pimping has been going on for a long time. Bugao, another term for it's been documented as hire, a GFBF in Japan, China, and other countries. There is that movie in Katherine Heigl. I forgot the actor's name." L says, problem with these expats is that they used to work 8 hours a day. Retirement has left a vacuum that these gossip queens need to fill. Big pimping, spending G's. What's up, LSW? How's South America? Well, she did she date Dexter? That's not that I never heard that in the narrative. We'll just say that she monkey branched. What got into me? It's just annoying to me. It's like fucking stupidity. Like I can be stupid every now and then, but shit. Scorched earth, baby. Let's scorch this earth. Cause then maybe like let's burn it down. Okay. So that in the next couple years it just regrows and be a little bit better. Yeah. Ignorance. Exactly. I agree. Like it's like think about this, guys. Right? What's the major reason why a lot of men want to run away from Western women? Because Western women won't give you peace anymore. That's what they say. Okay. But then you go to the Philippines, right? You go to the Philippines and you actually don't have peace. I don't want peace. I want problems. That's what these guys are saying. I want problems. As a matter of fact, that guy dating that Filipina, he has problems with her. I want her problems and I'll pay more for it. That's what these bitches are doing. They you know, it's like you go from you get a job, you get paid. It's going to take a long time before you get a high bump in your salary. So the best way to increase your salary is move on to the next job a year later. That's what these girls are doing. And you're paying for their advertising. These guys are bringing these girls to ground zero. So the newer guys will be like, oh man, I want that one. Right? Like there's that term that Chris Rock said once, right? In one of his old stand-ups. When a guy sees another guy with a good girl, he says, I need to get me a girl like that. When a girl sees another girl with a good man, she says, I need to get him. What the fuck happened? It switched. In Dramagete, guys are like, I want her. Guys are acting like toxic women. And these women will be like, okay, I look better now. Like, just imagine, right? You get them fresh off the boat or fresh off the tricycle. Well, sometimes fresh off the boat because they do come from other cities, okay? So think about it. A little bit, a little bit rough around the corners, this and that. So let me buy her a nicer dress so she's not just wearing the collared, the standard Filipina collared, male collared t-shirts that they wear until they get the upgrade. And then all of a sudden you upgrade this girl. Now you're taking her to ground zero. Now other guys would be like, oh shit, I want that one girl. And they befriend you. But what they really want to do is what? Be close to the girl. Mess around. While that guy is with his girl that he upgraded, this guy's like, man, I can't wait to find a girl. Do you know any friend? Do you have any friends? He's telling the girl, right? That's what happens in these bars. Do you have any friends? She's like, no. Oh man, if I find a good girl just like you, man, I don't mind giving her 400. And that girl's like, what, 400? This motherfucker next to me only giving me 200 and makes me suck his hair dick. She's like, I want that 400. And you know what she does? Oh, don't worry, I'll hook you up. What's your Facebook? Oh, now they're Facebook friends. They flirt every now and then. All of a sudden, he's like, and she has problems. Her man made her cry. And what does the guy do? Girl, I got you. I'm here. You can cry on my shoulder. Come here. He kicked me out. He won't give me extra money because she knows she's worth more now. He goes, girl, don't worry. Come over here. She comes to the guy, be like, oh, he made me cry. He goes, like, it's okay, girl. Come over here. That's what's going on. Like, you can rest in my shoulders. You can rest in my shoulders. No, hold on. Rest in my shoulders, damn it. That's what these motherfuckers are doing. Come on. Know the game of what's happening. All right? No, I told you, rest on my shoulders, man. What the hell? That's not your shoulder. 200. 300. Sold, bitch. Yeah. Come on. You guys think that I'm lying? That shit's not what's happening in round zero? Charles Anderson says, I love it, Mike. You just shut the dumb shits down to the common sense. Like, listen, I like debating, right? I have no problem debating. Here's my thing. If people can make me look stupid. If I don't know the shit, I'm fucked. I can be made look stupid. Like, people think like, Michael's not fair. I'm like, what are you talking about? At any debate, I can lose. And I'm willing to lose because I'm willing to learn. Because if I lose, that means I know I have lesser information. Nobody wants to, should have more of those debates. I'm not saying low class. I'll just say, they just like the low class. Let's see here. Why are these? I'm gonna say, why are they doing these things for Filipinas here in the Philippines, but wouldn't do it for their women in their country? Because it costs more. See, that's where the problem is, right? They think it's cheaper, but they still get the same low value woman. So even though you pay lesser, you end up paying more because you lost time and you still paid more. Mike says, fisherman, the Dramagete hole is all fished out. Don't waste your time. There's only bottom feeders remaining. If I were a single lad, I always say go to the city. Go to the city, young man. I've seen more dedes here in the Philippines in real life than from the Filipinas online. That's funny. What's wrong with the black nipples? Sikretong malupit, pabulong. I'm not okay. You think some of you guys are probably thinking, Michael, what do you mean? There's no real song. Hold up. Well, like this channel's not monetized, so I can get in trouble a little bit here. I'm allowed to get in trouble. I'm not joking around. Hold on. Let's go find the song. You guys think I'm fucking just hold on. Sikretong malupit. There we go. Sikretong malupit, pwede pabulong. It's by a rapper named Shanty Dope. Let's get in trouble with some stuff here. Present. Share screen. Share. Okay. All right. So Sikretong malupit, like pretty much like a crazy secret. Can I whisper it to you? You're gonna swear, fuck shit, malutong. Malutong is crunchy. Makinis maputi siya, pero bakit ganon? Like her skin's smooth, she's light-skinned, dude. But why is it that way? Bakit sobrang grabing maitim ang utong? Why is it so freaking, why is the nipples so dark? Parang binilad ng tanghali sa bubong o pinaglihi sa kulay ng gulong. They said it's like they put the nipple out to dry in the middle of the afternoon in the roof, or pinaglihi, or they were pinaglihi, lihi. Oh, it's like, it's like you were born because this was a gene that was transferred to you, and that the nipples are the colors of a gulong, which is a tire. Inis maputi siya, pero ba't ganon? Bakit sobrang grabing maitim ang utong?
Halika dito.
Dinudulot ang ngiti mo. Napakadaming indot-idog sa gutom sa iyong malaking burrito. Oh, shit. But of course, I don't know much about the Philippines. This is what Filipinos be talking about, guys. All right. This is what Filipinos be talking about. Sikretong malupit, puede pabulong. And listen, look, guys. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Right, I have nothing wrong with it. Like whatever you want, it's perfectly fine. This is coming from Filipinos. Okay, this is a Filipino song, so don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at me. Okay, don't get mad at me. This is coming from Filipinos. Okay. Like people get mad. Why are you talking about that stuff? Or why you react? Why you I'm like, I'm reacting to a video. Pinaglihian. No, okay. Pinaglihian so it's a craving. Okay. That's what you're seeing is naglilihi. Naglilihi, my cross is naglilihi ako, meaning that I'm craving for that stuff. But pinaglihian is a whole different term. And then, like, let's fuck it. Let's have fun a little bit here. And then some of you guys are like wondering, like, oh, Michael, fuck it, Andrew E. Mind up, kind of bang it. So let's go listen to some Andrew E. Is the place to be. Oh shit. Let's go do this. Sometimes you like listen, a lot of Philippines, and this just to let you know, Andrew E, this is like straight up from like when I was still in grade school. Okay? Like Andrew E came about when I left the Philippines. Okay? So sometimes you're like, man, why is this Filipino with an ugly dude? Right? It's like, why is this Filipino with the ugly guy? The ugly Filipino. Right? I've heard a lot of these things happen, and I just start laughing. I was like, that's because they've been listening to Andrew E for so long. It's been ingrained. Okay? It's been ingrained. It's not about the looks. You guys don't believe me? Let's play another song. Oh, here we go. Come on, Miyagi. So here we go again. Look at that. Because you like all the really good looking guys. Likes all the beautiful women. So look what happened to you. Nothing. So if I were you, you would listen to what I'm going to tell you. Look for an ugly person and love them for good or for life. That's what you should do. So you should listen to me, and it goes a little bit something like this. Kung gusto mong lumigaya ang iyong buhay, humanap ka ng pangit at ibigin mo tunay isang pangit na talagang di mo matanggap at huwag ang lalaki ng iyong pangarap. So you should look for an ugly guy that you can't even accept, and not the guy that is your dream guy. That's why a lot of them can go for older men. And trust me, ask your Filipino if you're dating one. Do you watch this? Do you listen to Andrew E? And I bet you they probably have a TikTok video of them dancing to this. Pagkat magagandang lalaki ay naglalaro lang. What did they say there? The reason why he said this is because, why did I say this? It's because it's very simple. Because very good looking men are just playing around. They're just going to play with your oras, your time, your pagod. Okay? Your tired, you being tired that you give them, heat up the pain that you have to go through, and money. but they're willing to leave you within an instance. Look at Miyagi's down there. See, listen, people. Miyagi. We have the Filipinos in the houses here. We have Miyagi. We have Eaton Squad. This has been going on for a long time. Ikaw ay wala nang ibigay, di ba? Kaya't pangit na lalaki ang hanapin mo, day. Na ikaw ay wala nang ibigay, di ba? When you can't even give anything no more. That's why you should look for an ugly guy. And that's what you look for, Inday. Guys, listen, I'm just giving you guys, as the good old Calvin Sunshine Slippers would say, the nitty gritty. You guys don't think these are literally paramount to how a lot of these Filipinas are thinking? Because a lot of these Filipinas, the leftovers, if you're, this is the difference. It's about substance is an important thing also. Somebody who's wanting to be their good wife. Like, you need to balance things out. We can let go on some looks sometimes, but their true value as a woman is an important thing. But some of these women can't even take care of these guys. Like, you need to pay attention to the hip hop they be singing, they be listening to, guys. Andrew E's been for around. That's why Humanap Ka ng Pangit is for real. Like, when I got back to the Philippines when I was older, I went to Alabang. That's where I fucking hung out. Because of Andrew E, when I was listening to Alabang girls. Okay? Miyagi, I'll share you with you something that is profound to me. I'll share it to you later on. Yeah, Ruby, he promoted it, but he sure got the girls. Oh my God. Mike is ruining the pay. No, you can't ruin the pay to play business, right? My thing is pay to play, put it out in the front. Don't be trying to disguise it that you're pure woman. I don't understand why they're doing that. Pay to play. Don't pretend that it's like a relationship. Because then if these women trying to hide their purity, all right, their shame, the hiya and stuff like that, you know what's just going on? That's why these women are not getting paid enough. I'm saying is stop with the shame of it. Just own it and get paid more. I know several women that actually got multiple houses and condos in the Philippines because they get multiple guys up on them. Truth. I know a girl who's got 7 condos, 2-bedroom condos. Because she's fuck it. Own it. Free schooling. She's dating a PBA basketball coach. Uh-huh. A lot of people, it happens under their rug. They don't see it. And also they don't understand what the foreigners are saying most of the time. Oh no, the other channel's still making money. I'm making sure the other channel doesn't get demonetized with my plan to do reaction videos here. I'm gonna test it out. Or was he disabled? Yeah, Miyagi, I'll tell you about it later. Okay. So, but I just want to be able to just have positive thoughts with David and stuff like that. Not really. Not really. Maybe unless your bad attitude made you do certain things that caused it, but it's up to David if he wants to share it eventually and stuff like that. But I just want to say, what, just positive to do. Discovery procedures is different in the Philippines. Neither side needs to present their evidence until the day before the proceedings. Yeah, it can be up to the last day. It makes sense that they don't release it now. Mark should be nervous. Yeah, he can be nervous. Yeah, I'm sure he's nervous, especially like, when people started like talking about it, and a lot of people, were tattletaling on him to me about me. Did you see what Michael put out and stuff like that? Because him making that video literally exposes it. Like he admits the assault. you know, it's like, what, you didn't hear about plead the fifth? He just self-incriminated himself by admitting it. Let's see here, where we at? That's cool, man. It's still gonna get into your feed though. YouTube's a hell of a drug. Yo, Fidel, what's up, man? The Duma men became the women they complained about. They had no drama, so they have to manufacture it. Yep. Because here's the thing, right? Just when you have a sausage fest, which is what has happened in Dramagete, it's a sausage fest of foreign men, right? When you have that situation that happens, and just basic psychology of things, is then the pecking order is more obvious than normal because they just view each other as each other's competition. Most of these guys have even the mindset that they don't compete against Filipino men. Well, most of the Filipino men, the good men, don't want to compete with you anyways, with the type of women you're getting. So then what happens is with the pecking order, then who's the alpha? So that's what you're seeing here. You have more than likely Justin is vying for positioning and Mark is vying for positioning on who's alpha, maybe. Right? And so what ends up with that is you're going to end up having the followers, and then you're also going to have the guy who are just like, eh. And then so because you can say that it's more testosterone filled, then there's also the direct opposite that happens, where then there's a lot more men that's going to become more feminine, right? There's going to be more femininity going on with a lot of men. So that's the problem that exists, what's happening over there. And it just gets crazier and crazier. Mike, ang pelikulang ito ay tinatawag na My Fair Lady. This is a movie that is called My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady. Wait, are you talking about Audrey Hepburn? My Fair Lady? Such a good movie. Love me some Audrey Hepburn. Was referring reto among friends, not parents involved at all. That's a different game, which is Bugao pimping their daughter. Yeah. Reto mo ko. Da-da-da-da. Respect, Mark. Respect. Ruby says, enjoy pinakbet, adobong kangkong, kamote. You know what, Ate Ruby? I've never had adobong kangkong in my life. Kamote tops I had. Ensaladang pako. I've never heard of that. Just let you guys know, Ruby saying ensaladang pako. So she like in, of course, if I translate that in my stupidity, it's nails, salad, nail salads, nails, pako. I'm like, damn. Yeah, if I get that, I might. Well, the video's not down yet, right? So that means I'm still okay. Let's see here. You are. I see your comment, Miyagi. No, I've never had adobong kangkong before. I mean, I know kangkong, right? It's like kangkong is like almost like spinach, right? Like that's what Pong Pagong used to eat. Ako si Pong Pagong at Kiko Maching. Let's see here what other comments we got here. Miyagi says a bading, which is term for an alphabet gay person, got mad at the butcher because the butcher asked him if he wanted the salami chopped into slices. Dave says, so let me get it straight. There's a competition on who's the alpha male amongst low-hanging fruit. Yo, seriously, cannot make this shit up. I mean, it's going to happen all the time. But that's what happens when you literally have like one or two watering holes only to do the competition. You know? It's a fern. Okay. Got it. Fern shoot. So it looks like nails pretty much. I get it. Okay. Most Filipino food are Kapampangan specialties anyways. Okay. Ginataang kangkong. I've had that, Miyagi. This is so interesting. Like I've had to approve because I guess it's I'm kind of new to doing live in this channel. So it's blocking a lot of comments. I just unblocked your one comment, Miyagi. Need to work on stuff here. It is better to be the big fish in a small pond or a small fish in the big pond. Shit. Rather go to a pond that there's not a lot of fishes instead, you know? That's my thing. But anyways, guys, I'm going to sign out after this. This was kind of fun. But we'll see what ends up happening here. But anyways, thank you for joining me. The next live is going to be, of course, in the other channel. I'm just going to do every fourth live will be in this channel. So if you guys haven't yet, please definitely subscribe now. Maybe we're going to see how fast we can get this channel banned. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the next live, next video. You guys take care, all right? Be safe. Peace.